Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm not here with Geeky Sparkles. I'm going to talk about boobies. We're going to talk about how a Japanese storefront DL site is launching its own payment service to fight back against credit card censorship, according to this article from Bounding in the Comics. And that is because we know that payment processors have been putting the squeeze on outlets like Steam and some other ones, right, to censor content. And look, if you're an adult and you want to buy certain content and that content is not illegal, then the payment processor really shouldn't have anything to do with it. So we're going to talk about what they're doing, and I think more and more sites will probably wind up doing this as PayPal and Visa and MasterCard, as they become more and more squeamish. They don't want to sell you boobies. So we're going to have a workaround, I guess. I don't know. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Go out to news.clownfishtv.com, sign up for notifications, get notified when we post new content. Thank you very much for that. We also have paywall content out there. This is coming from Bounding in the Comics, all right? So it said, in finally standing up to the current wave of Western Puritanism and its grip on private businesses worldwide, Japan Digital Storefront DL site, itself a popular source for various otaku-related media, including manga, video games, and doujinshi, has launched their own personal payment processor with the goal of creating a society where all customers can cherish what they love and enjoy content with peace of mind. Again, if the content is not illegal, PayPal should not ban you or bar you or prevent you from partaking in said content if you're an adult and you want to partake in content that is not illegal. But they've been playing the middleman lately, right? Officially launched on October 6th as a joint venture between DL Site Operations and its parent company, Vivian Inc., the new Mina no Bank payment system is described in its official press release as machine translated by DeepL, as smartphone-based, a direct account instant payment service where users can manage everything from payments and transfers to deposits, withdrawals, and savings entirely within the app. This initiative is part of a broader collaboration between Geo Holdings and Mina no Bank, leading the way. The Vivian Group aims to create synergies across the entire Geo Group through integration with its own services, delivering further value. And boobies. That's what this is about, really, is delivering boobies. They said, we strive to realize a society where all customers can cherish their passions and enjoy content with peace of mind. So they said that the online payment market is expanding rapidly, with Japan's cashless payment ratio reaching 42.8% in 2024. I'm sure that they are looking for other payment processors to facilitate buying this kind of content. And I understand this kind of content is not for everybody. But again, if you're an adult and you want to buy boobies and it's not illegal to buy said content, then PayPal really shouldn't have anything to do with it, right? So this is probably a good thing if you're into this kind of stuff. Because here's the thing, the bar keeps getting moved, right? It starts with, censoring some anime. And I think eventually what will happen, and I talked about this on the live stream the other day, that I think, at least here in the US, I think the government could actually get more and more involved in banning or censoring or regulating cartoon content because of all the LGBTQ stuff on Netflix. I think they're going to take a look at anime and they're going to take a look at adult cartoons. And they're going to be like, yeah, all this stuff, this is all kids stuff. So, we're going to regulate that. If it looks like kids stuff, it has to adhere to certain standards for youth-oriented programming, which probably doesn't include boobies. I'm just saying. Unless it does. Who the hell knows what Netflix is up to these days, right? They said currently it's only available to Japanese users. They said it's a massive win for freedom of expression. Fans can only hope that it's able to survive and thrive in a world where giants like Visa and MasterCard are likely to do all they can do to keep their payment processing monopoly firmly as such. Yes, they have a firm grip on it. And, so I think this will, can you pay for this stuff with Bitcoin? I don't know. I think this is probably the way of the future, though, just because payment processors are really participating in censorship with massive overreach, right? And it's not just, anime content. It's also, debanking people, deplatforming people. I've heard stories about PayPal taking people's money. It really is a dicey proposition to let this third party handle your money. I mean, technically, every time you put money in the bank, you're rolling the dice, right? Because you don't know if there's going to be a bank run. I mean, yeah, you're covered up to $250,000, but still, it's my grandfather. This is another one of my side tangents here. My grandfather was raised during the Depression. He did not trust banks, and he told me not to trust banks either. And for the longest time, I actually would go cash my paychecks and I would put my money in a shoebox because I was terrified to put my money in the bank because my grandfather kept telling me how awful banks were. And you had to watch yourself because you put your money in the bank. There's no guarantee you're going to be able to get your money out of the bank when you want to get your money out of the bank. So I thought he was being kind of ridiculous as I got older. And now I'm seeing all this debanking and stuff going on. I saw it happen with the truck drivers in Canada and all that. And I mean, very, very mild infraction, right? Like, hey, we don't want to take a vaccine. Well, we're going to take your bank account. You're not going to be able to buy anything. And he was right. I think at some level he was right to just, be like, hey, keep as much cash as you can. Now, when he passed, we went through the house and he actually had wads of cash, like $100 bills under the wallpaper. He had a couple of fake outlets in the house, like fake electrical outlets, and he had rolls of hundreds and 50s stuffed into these electrical outlets. I mean, he had money hidden through all throughout the house because he didn't trust banks. But yeah, I don't even think I got my first bank account until I was like 22. Like I kept all my money in the shoebox, and then I'd just go get money orders. If I needed to buy something, I'd pay the rent with a money order. It was kind of crazy, but yeah, banks, man, like you can't trust them. So this is going from Blue Sky. Blue Sky, and this was back in July, but they were talking about the dire state of selling adult games online just got direr. Valve updated Steamworks with Rule 15. It says it will not stand up for adult game devs against MasterCard's morality policing. I actually can agree with Blue Sky on this one. Again, this is not my thing. I'm not into these very, very adult games, but again, if you're not breaking the law and you are an adult, I think you should be able to spend your money however you want to spend your money. Even if I think the stuff is disgusting, if it's not illegal, what are you going to do, right? And there were people that were like, make it illegal. I'm like, okay, so where does that end? Because, as soon as if somebody's offended by something and then you make it illegal, then somebody else is going to come along and it's going to be offended by something else, and it's going to keep creeping and creeping and creeping. And I think it is coming. I'm going to be honest. I think we're going to see a lot more censorship of manga and anime now that it's become mainstream, now that Netflix has gotten busted by normies for all the LGBTQIA stuff in the kids shows. I think there's going to be more regulations. So just a heads up there. But yeah, I mean, this is probably a good first step. I think just in general, we need to have more options because, again, anytime you have a third party, they're touching your money. And they might not want to give you your money. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later. For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.